This is a circle skirt. This is a circle skirt with a sway back adjustment. They are not the same. My name's Christine, and today I'm going to show you how to draft a circle skirt pattern with a sway back adjustment so it actually covers your butt. You can also use this method to make a high-low skirt or adjust an existing circle skirt pattern. So let's get out some drafting supplies and make a circle skirt pattern with a sway back adjustment. Measure your waist with a tape measure and take a big deep breath to make sure your waistband won't be too tight. Add 2 inches or 5 centimeters for ease and seam allowance. Measure your desired front length of your circle skirt and measure the desired back length of your circle skirt. If these two numbers are different, subtract your front measurement from your back measurement and divide that number by 2 to get your sway back adjustment. Most of you will be using less than 1 inch or 3 centimeters for your sway back adjustment. I will be using 1.5 inches. But if you're making a high-low skirt, you might be looking at 10 to 15. Next, calculate the radius of your waistband measurement. I recommend using calculatorsoup.com because you can use both metric and imperial measurements, and we are seamstresses, not mathematicians. We don't have to do these calculations ourselves. And one last number, take your radius plus the length of your front and your sway back adjustment. I'm looking at 21.5 inches or 54.5 centimeters. And now you can use whatever kind of material you want to draft this on. I used little paper from shoebox packaging, but you can also use wrapping paper, drafting paper, or fabric or plastic bags. Whatever you want to use to draft with and you have lying around, you can use that. Mark the center of your circle skirt on one edge of your pattern. Take your waistband radius and mark a circle all the way around that center. Take your last measurement, your radius plus length plus sway back adjustment, and make an even larger circle from that center. This will be the hem of your circle skirt. Move the center of your waistband forward the amount of your sway back adjustment and draw a new waistband around that using your waistband radius. Then double check that your waistband to the front of your hem is the same measurement you want your front length to be, and measure that the back of your waistband to the back of your hem measures your desired back length. If you measured or drew anything wrong here, your measurements aren't gonna line up, and that's a good sign that you need to redo it, and that's what I did the first time I drafted this out. I have an extra line here because I measured wrong. Just make sure you go back and double check all these measurements before moving on. And now cut out your circle skirt pattern along your new waistband and your outside hem measurement. A circle skirt with a sway back adjustment will line up with the standard circle skirt at the front, but when you get around to the back, you will see that sway back adjustment there. You can use whatever fabric you like for a circle skirt, just be mindful of directional prints. I'm going to be using this brown polyester fabric I thrifted that already has a big ol' hole in the center of it. Fold your fabric in half and line the waistband of your circle skirt pattern up with the folded edge. Be generous pinning your circle skirt pattern to your fabric and cut out your circle skirt, making sure you leave an appropriate amount of seam allowance on your waistband and hem. I am cutting 1/2 of my circle skirt smaller to illustrate the difference between a standard circle skirt and one with a sway back adjustment. Slash the back of your skirt from the hem to the waistband and finish your edges with a serger, a zigzag stitch, or some seam tape. I'm serging the hem of my skirt right now because this is just a mock-up. I won't need to properly hem it later. When picking out a zipper, if you pick a long, full-length zipper, then the hemline in your skirt might get dragged down on one side because that zipper's a little bit heavier. But if you pick a shorter zipper, 6 or 7 inches, it'll let that hem flow freely past the zipper, and you'll get nice, elegant circle skirt hemlines. Pin the sides of your skirt together, stopping at the bottom of your zipper, and straight stitch along that seam line. Press your seam open the full length of your skirt. Attach your zipper to the seam allowance of your skirt using a zipper foot on your sewing machine or sewing it by hand. Use your pattern to cut a facing for your waistband. And mine ended up a little too narrow. I recommend making this 3 inches wide. And you might need to piece your waistband facing together. Lay your facing on your waistband right sides together and smooth out all the wrinkles while pinning. Take things slow while sewing your waistband facing to your circle skirt. I got almost all the way around before realizing my bobbin ran out and I had to rewind a bobbin and restart. Yeah, I did. It was a pain. Trim your seam allowance nice and narrow so it presses flat when you turn the facing to the inside. Understitching the seam allowance to the facing will help prevent puckering. And I like to add a hook and eye at the top of the zipper. And that's how you make a circle skirt with a swayback adjustment. The standard circle skirt hangs a little lower in the front than the back, and it has a hard time covering my butt all the way. But the swayback adjustment sits evenly all the way around, and it covers my butt just fine. And you can even tell from the front that the adjustment side has a little bit more length even through the hips, which makes it more flattering. And this is the perfect project to make to test out a swayback adjustment, to see if you even need one, and to see if you would want to add a swayback adjustment to other patterns that you make or use. If you have any other questions about how to get a circle skirt to fit you better, or you tried out the swayback adjustment and you liked it, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching my video today. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that now so I can see you guys next time.